I think a lot of you are curious about Black Panther. I'm going to quickly try to run through how I think you should play him, the combos that he can do, and the potential in his kit. So, this character is a true assassin type character. I think he has some of the highest burst damage in the game, but he's extremely hard to get into the backline. Like, he has a couple of avenues to do so, which I'll explain here in just a second, but once you're in there, you have to be doing stuff. It has to be in the mix of the team fight. You have to be killing, have some sort of sustain or something, or you're just going to die as this character. It's hard for him to get in and get out alive a lot of the time. So something that I see a lot of people not really talking about with his kind of get in and get out concept, and it's the team up ability with magic. So I just wanted to cover this real quick. She gets the 15% damage boost whenever they're on a team together, but something that she does is, so you're on a team, she does her team up ability and it actually creates a portal. This portal can stretch really far, but what it does is her and Black Panther can TP through this portal. Well, you can imagine, like, this character has such high burst. He TPs to the back line, bursts down a character, maybe even two sometimes, and the team fight is essentially over before you know it. Like, Black Panther's just in your back line and has a healer dead. So that's kind of the concept that I wanted to bring to people. I think they should be on the look for that. Maybe if you got a duo, try to abuse it yourself. So to understand this character is he has two moves that will apply Vibranium Mark. Actually, three if you count his ult. Essentially, what it does, without reading everything, trying to make it simple, is if you dash somebody that has the Vibranium Mark applied, it will give you your dash back. Much like Genji in Overwatch, whenever he gets a kill, he gets his dash back. For Black Panther, all he has to do is hit somebody with the dash that has Vibranium Mark. The moves that can do that are the right click. That big AoE also will apply it, as you can see here. It applies it to both. You see the thing above their head, that's the Vibranium Mark. It goes away after so many seconds. There, it went away there. And also the E. The E will apply it. So we have the E there. As you can see, it applies. Now, even though the E kicks and does like a spin kick, it will only hit once no matter what. Like, even if I hit him with the initial and then did like a 180 and went back into him, it's still only going to apply once and do one hit of damage there. So now you understand our concept. We want to hit with the right click or the E to apply Vibranium Mark. Well, if we dash without a Vibranium Mark, we got a 12-second cooldown. And that sucks because the dash on Black Panther is literally everything. So never dash unless you have Vibranium Mark applied to somebody. You're just wasting the potential. You're wasting any like type of get out or anything that you really have. It's completely terrible to dash without Vibranium Mark. So I'll show you the concept here. So Vibranium Mark applied, we can dash, we got it back, we can dash again immediately. That's just a right click and two dashes, and this character is basically dead, which has about the same health as a healer does. With the E, here, let me go ahead and kill him. With the E, the same concept. We can actually just flat out kill with the E. So E, and then dash, we get it back because we ripped the mark off, dash again. That's a kill. You see how fast this character can actually burst people down. What we want to do is, every single time we can weave abilities in between these dashes to rip it off and get our dash back. So think of this as a combo, like right click, dash, right click, dash, and then once again, we have our dash back. You can do this to like a tank. I'll use Groot over here. He has a lot of health. You can see what I mean by this. Where's he at? Okay, so we could go right click dash, E into a dash, then we have another dash. So there's 4 dashes there with reapplying the mark with our abilities every single time we rip it off. The ult also does it, so I guess maybe a full combo would be something like this. These squishies over here will not survive it. It'd have to be on something like Groot. So actually, let me go ahead and get an ultimate. I'll just do it on this moving guy. So it would be something like we could ultimate to mark him, dash, apply it, dash, apply it, dash, apply it, and then dash, dash. It's kind of crazy burst. Like, he can do a lot. If you're, if you have that full kit again, you can actually get one more dash by waiting on the cooldown of the spear. If you do the spear first and then ultimate, I'll show you that here. Let me go ahead and kill him real quick. So we're going to use ultimate, and we're going to also use the cooldown of the spear to get even an extra dash in. So it'd be something like spear, dash, ultimate, apply it, dash, spear, dash, apply it, dash, apply it again, dash, dash. And that would actually kill him outright. Here, I'll go ahead and do it one more time. And that was so sloppy, but there's the timing, it's lenient. We had like 5 or 6 dashes in there, and that's the Black Panther concept. So something I want you guys to notice is every single time that we dash an enemy that has Vibranium mark on them and we rip it off, it's going to give us 50 HP in overshield. It's similar to how Doomfist does abilities and he gets health back. Same thing here, but we have to rip off the Vibranium mark with a dash to be able to do that. It will give us 50 HP for each dash all the way up to 450 HP. So I have no cooldowns on, so I can show you guys that. We applied it, we dash, there's 50, apply it, dash 50, apply it, dash 50, and that's as high as it's gonna go. It decays over time, but that's why it's important to rip that off. We get over health in the back line. This gives us a sort of sustain on Black Panther. So when we're trying to do it with aerial characters, we can still burst them out of the air. The thing about Black Panther is, like I stated, he has a lot of trouble getting in, and once he's in there, you kind of got to do work or you're just dead. Well, a way that you can do that is he has this wall climb and a double jump right after that if you use the wall climb. So what you're going to want to do is kind of be like this assassin type character, looking ready to strike and just burst them down as best you can, because once again, once you're in there, if you're not doing work or have a heal or some kind of support or killing everything, you're essentially just dead. So the thing about the E with Panther is, which applies Vibranium mark, obviously the right click, you can aim where you want, but the E, I can't look up in the air and E towards them. Like, it only does it on the ground. It just stays on the ground. The dash, however, the dash will go wherever you point it. So how we can abuse that is like an aerial character. So for instance, how would we take this character out in the air? Well, it's going to be kind of hard to hit him with a right click. If you can, that's awesome. We could hit him with a right click, dash, and then dash again. That puts him a sliver. But if we hit him with the E, that's going to allow us to insta-kill him out of the air. So ways he can get in, as I was saying earlier, is with the wall run. You want to look for a way where you can like hit him with stuff and then dash down on people, like this assassin. And the same concept works with these characters that are in the air. So I'll go ahead and kill Iron Man. I'll show you guys here. So something like wall climb, we double jump off, hit him with the E, and then dash him again. That will flat out kill Iron Man health characters. I think Storm and really any healer that you can pounce on like that, they're just dead. Like, they don't have some sort of sustain, or they're aware, or they crowd control you. You can just insta kill them. So this character is a true assassin type character. So something I wanted to quickly cover with his right click into his dash that I think everyone should know and should abuse the combos like this. I would master playing like this if you can. So whenever you throw the right click, you can just hold the dash button and it will dash immediately after you throw it. But the javelin will hit first every single time. So it's like they're eating a burst damage of the javelin and a dash, and you're getting your dash back because it applied Vibranium mark first. So I'll show you that here. Like, both hit, it's a lot of burst, and look, we have our dash back. It's on cooldown now. So, and look, he's a sliver. Like, you see the burst potential in this character. And truly, if you space it well enough, you can actually just outright almost insta-kill. So most of the time you want to apply a Vibranium mark before you dash, because if you don't, you use your dash. If you didn't secure a kill, you're kind of just stuck and it's going to be bad news for you. But the thing is, if you space this correctly, or if you do a 180 turnaround on the enemy, you can burst them so quick with a double dash. So we'll go ahead and space this right click into dash correctly, and you'll notice we get like an insta double dash out of it because we ripped the Vibranium mark off. And see, that's the double dash. It hit him twice. He's a sliver. So you can imagine how crazy this burst is. If they have just a little bit of health, like these guys have the same amount of health as most of the DPS and the healers in the back line. Something you can do is you right click and you do the 180. I think a lot of Genji players and stuff like that, they do stuff like this with the dash resets all the time. Like if you're familiar with ghost dashing and stuff like that, it's essentially kind of the same thing, but not really. So you could do something like, so we just 180 dash, we hit him twice, and he's just, you see the burst, it's crazy, and you're just everywhere with it. And, you know, weaving an E in there too, if you do want to reapply the Vibranium mark, I would say try to apply a Vibranium mark and rip it off to keep your dash every time, unless it's a kill secure. Like, if this would be a kill secure, so I'll do the double dash here on this guy. I'll just hit him once just to get the kill secure. So, like, we hit him once there, and then I'll do the spacing double dash. See, that's a kill secure, and it's just insta burst. Unless you're going to do that and secure, I would try to reapply a Vibranium mark, but nonetheless, this character is wild. Like, you're just dead before you know it. And I do want to keep in mind, if you want to be a little bit slower, you can do that combo and then, you know, hit your melee and then dash afterward, just to weave a melee or a basic attack in there, and you're good. So that'd be an easy kill combo that's not the insta double dash. How you actually want to play this character, like the true concepts of what you can do to burst. It's any way you can be sneaky, from wall climbing up, dashing in on people. It's just bursting down with like the E or the right click. So something like this that would be really hard to keep up with would be like applying it. We could dash, we could ETH them, then we could dash again. Like, you're just going to be like circling around them, going back and forth. They're not going to be able to keep up with it, and they're going to be dead before they know it. Same thing I showed earlier. You could hit the right click and then dash, right click, dash again. Then you have dash again to do whatever you want. But once again, always apply Vibranium mark if you can. And that's pretty much it. So just get in the back line, apply mark, and rip it off, and just kind of go crazy with this character. And that's Black Panther. Like, the potential in what you could actually do. And that's Black Panther in Marvel Rivals. That's his kit. That's how I believe you should abuse it. Some gameplay where I'll show you guys like how you can actually get in the back and do these things. I'm gonna try to get on the channel for you guys, but if you enjoyed it, if you learned anything, like, sub, comment, do your thing. If not, it's all good too. Y'all have a good day.